Welcome, Leo. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, and I pulled for you for this full moon in Libra, the Devil. This is the overall energy for the reading, and this is bringing up a picture of some kind of a codependency, one perhaps that you are considering regarding your childhood experience. This could be you and a sibling getting into some trouble, doing things that you weren't supposed to do. This can be the general tone of perhaps a family dynamic in which one member of the family was trying to help another, and felt somehow vindicated as a result of that regarding their own negative habits. But there is a sense here of some kind of toxicity that you are trying to understand primarily at this point. You're trying to look at it from a higher perspective. And this is where you are trying to see your own relationships, intimate relationships, honestly, through the lens of these experiences in your formative years. This is a general reading, Leo. It isn't going to resonate for all of you. If you're interested in a reading, information for that is in the description box below. I welcome those of you that are new, those of you that are familiar, for taking this time for me. I appreciate that. I am doing things a little differently to allow myself a little more flexibility as I move through some changes in the way that I'm receiving messages. So for your social identity, the way others see you, the High Priestess is quite critical and exalted energy that you are embodying. This is one of inner reflection. This is not reflections or wisdom that you share with others. You are reflecting on your own experiences through time, through space, in order to understand what you've learned about yourself from these experiences, particularly in your past. You may be, as so often is the case when we begin to look into our past, explore our memories of the past, there may be some kind of guidance you're receiving. There's a ancestor, a relative, a deity, a cultural hero that is inspiring you, motivating you, coming to you in your meditations. In fact, that is something I believe many of you are increasing in your life, the ability to meditate and find sacred space. This can be active in your dream life, but I'm feeling that this is more an experience that comes through your journaling about your meditations or your dreams. So the way that you express what you are experiencing, journaling that, writing about it, speaking about it intimately. So if you have any kind of assistance, a best friend, an advisor, a counselor, a therapist, a teacher, this is a relationship that you really honor right now. This is your primary mirror to articulate your story, to articulate your concerns. There is a feeling of being frozen right now. And it is only through this intimate conversation or this private journaling that you're able to share your ideas, get them outside of yourself. So again, you can reflect back on those experiences. In the first house, the Five of Wands is describing your day-to-day perspective. You see yourself as a problem solver. Perhaps you are assisting someone as part of a team. You are taking care of someone, managing someone else's care, a project. This feels very much like you are part of the assistance for someone who needs uh, a multiplicity, different kinds of care. And you may be managing that in a way that is very challenging for you. One of the things that is being exhibited through this management that you're performing with others is the way in which you have come to understand your power and your ability to ask the right questions. You are really good at listening to other people's advisement and thoughts. You are excellent at orchestrating the needs of others while protecting yourself in some way. I almost see you as like witnessing yourself in the act of this management of care or project that you are engaged with other members. You're very much about getting the information necessary to make the best decisions, to contribute with others to find a solution. In the fourth house of your home, your domestic environment, your roots, the Queen of Wands is describing this sense of confidence and inspiration that you receive in a private space. This can be within your home. This can be within an ashram or a church. This can be in your therapist's office. Wherever this is, you reconnect with your own power in this space. And again, the reconnection comes, I believe, as a result of the wisdom, the experiences that you're able to articulate in a sacred or private setting, so that you are reconnected with what for you, Leo, is a sense of incredible joy and lightness, an illumination, a playfulness. This is something that you are not as comfortable exhibiting in your external affairs at this time, but you do need to touch down on this place of spiritual joy and progress that you're making. Although there is, I believe I mentioned the word frozen before, and this is where you are thawing out by reconnecting with the sense of passion that is innate to you. This is innate to your nature. And that passion is what motivates you, but you are unraveling the pathway to this motivation, this passion that you experiencing by articulating what you're learning, by managing others in a way that allows you to witness the way that you behave in settings that you may have been unconscious about in the past. And the steps you're taking to level the playing field among your peers, your colleagues, family members, whoever you're interacting with, you see it as a team. In the seventh house of significant others, the Ace of Swords. I believe as the result of your deeper understanding of what we often call codependency, which is a word that has almost, like so many words, lost its meaning because it's used so often. If you are a survivor of an abusive relationship or a relationship where substance abuse was present, where you experienced a trauma with others, you may understand the necessity, the codependency as a coping mechanism for survival, particularly for young children. And you're understanding that dynamic in a much deeper way. in a way that not only brings you closer to your personal truth, that truth is necessarily double-edged. That means sometimes we are horrified as to the role we play, the things we've done, the way we had to construct our identity in order to survive a trauma. And on the other hand, the truth, of course, is liberating, because when you understand what you actually experienced and how you coped with that, you can then improve upon that, undo that, or move towards a place of justice, as in balance, of equity, of understanding what you have gained. I'm going to hope that this reading is resonating for you, Leo. If it is, please like this reading. Please share this with others if you feel inclined to do so. And please subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. And I've pulled a loneliness card. I know that I am never alone. I'm feeling, Leo, as if you're going through quite a protracted and, for some of you, very painful process of looking at your childhood experiences, some early conditioning, as having been extremely traumatic. And one of the reasons that this is appearing so is because I believe you have told yourself, or have been told, how very special, lucky, privileged, beautiful, you fill in the blank, that you are. And because of that, there's been a kind of bubble of protection, a bubble of what you are expecting from others or from the world as a result of your specialness, that has eluded you. Depending on where you are in life, you have not realized the success or the good fortune or abundance that you expected would be yours by default. And this is part of the incredible and powerful healing journey that you're on at this time. You didn't just start this journey, you've been on this journey for a while, but it's altered significantly, perhaps as a result of changes in your family, new needs. As a parent, you feel responsible for the experiences of your children naturally, and that is an additional motivation to understand who you are and what you are actually modeling for your children as an example. In the first house, the Five of Wands is clarified by the Ten of Swords. Yeah, I do believe that currently you have come to realize what you always expected of your life has been based on false beliefs. They're beliefs that you invested in because you believed you would be successful on the basis of these beliefs. And they're largely the beliefs of others who we believe care for us, that want the best for us. So this is showing that, in fact, you are piercing these beliefs. Although it doesn't look like it in this picture, you're kind of popping them as like a bubble, a very steel encased metallic bubble that you're bursting. And because of that, you are pouring out, exhausting the sense of faith, belief, allegiance to something that was false from the beginning. Why it can be such a long and difficult challenge is because we live in a culture, you may specifically exist in a social bubble where you were protected from some of the realities of the experience of your life now. You were told something different could happen, even if you saw the consequence of otherwise, you somehow believed you were going to rise above perhaps your family. You would do better than members of your family had done because of your specialness. And when that hasn't been the case, you have had to really release these illusions and allow space for something new to occur. This depletion or this uh, surrender to the delusions has affected the way that you work with other people. It's affected the way that you evaluate the capacity of others, the way you now are seeing yourself as one of a team rather than as a special or extra privileged person in a team. And so this is, again, leveling out the playing field. In the fourth house, the Queen of Wands is the sun. And this is beautiful, Leo, because this is you. This is the energy of you that I've been feeling underneath this Queen of Wands. Home is where you recharge. It is the result of these experiences that you share with an intimate, conversations, assistance that you've sought, that you know you require, that is reconnecting you with your natural joy, your natural exuberance, excitement, the courage and bravery that is yours, that reconnects you with who you are and what you hope for your life, the reconnection to authentic joy as a result of your own accomplishments and efforts, the reappreciation of those relationships that are important to you, and the hope for new relationships that will bring you a sense of equity, creativity, working together for something larger than yourself, and ultimately the privilege of being alive, which is something that you share with others on the regular, and what you may have been really guarding for yourself at this time of this healing journey. In the seventh house, the Ace of Swords is clarified by the Nine of Wands. And this is you having worked at this deeper understanding of who you are, who your most powerful connection to your potential has been a long road. You've been trying to experience the sense of justice, success, enlightenment, perhaps on lacking the ultimate key that you now have. And that key is healing the relationship with yourself. The key to understanding the codependency is this: how your relationships from the past have impacted relationship with you, how it has prevented you from choosing you. When you thought you were choosing yourself, you were choosing someone that was created by others. You didn't know yourself well enough to choose yourself in a way that you're now able to now. And so the sense of not being defeated stays with you because you're now gaining the key to unlock this sense of imprisonment from this dynamic of codependency in your life. In the 10th house, the High Priestess is clarified by the Hanged Man. And the Hanged One is really about the pause that is necessitated. I think I used the word frozen. That is the sacred space where you step out, step back from your experience in order to understand better what perspective will gain you the clarity that you're seeking. There's a lot of striving for that clarity, for that truth, for that justice. And it has everything to do with this relationship that you've developed with yourself and that you now are crying out for the justice that you deserve. I am going to finish this reading, Leo, with a crystal card, and I have to say that I have found this reading to be extremely challenging for me, and I pulled the Moonstone, and the key word is cycles. I'm in the divine flow of my soul's rhythms and life cycles. So this is all about closing out a cycle for you of expectations that were based on illusions and opening up the doors to your own enlightenment and your own power. If you enjoy this content, Leo, please check this out. And until next time, namaste.